Welcome to today's coffee talk. Today, I'm very happy to have a guest with me. My name is Henrike from the FPI Fair Pay Innovation Lab, and I'm talking with Gabriele Gamroth-Günther. Please, Gabriele, tell me, who are you for our listeners?
Yes, thank you very much for this invitation, Henrike. And I will start by introducing myself. I'm Gabriele Gamroth-Günther. I'm 61 years old, and I work as a head of department for VGH. VGH, that means Versicherungsgruppe Hannover. That's one of the largest companies of Lower Saxony, insurance companies. And in 2018, when the new law came into force, I decided to make an inquiry about my salary.
Cool. This is the so-called German Entgelttransparenzgesetz, which is the law for transparency in the sense of equal pay. We've talked about this, I think, in some other coffee talk. And I'm very proud that you joined us today, Gabriele, because not many women have actually gone this path. How did you decide to go this way and start?
Well, I just was curious because whether everything was okay. And so I did this inquiry, and I was very surprised when HR told me that my salary was more than 1,000 euros lower than the median salary of my male colleagues, and 1,006 euros to be exact. And I was so astonished, I couldn't believe it in the beginning. And well, I was expecting them to make an agreement, but nothing happened. And so I had to file a lawsuit, and I went to labor court. Mm-hmm. And in the beginning, I won this case for 6 months, but it was a hard way to go because I only won at labor court. And VGH went to the next court instance, and I had to go to the federal labor court at the end. And this
yes. I mean, 1,006 euros away below the median of the male colleagues every month. Every month, 1,000 euros less than the median. That's really a lot of money. So great that you've done that. I don't think many are doing this inquiry. So you've done your first part, and you're in the second part, and it's 2018, so it's taking quite some time. What do you see is happening? How is it sort of moving forward?
Well, after they made their decision in 2021, the federal court decided that there is a shift in the burden of proof if there is such a big difference. If the salary of the woman is lower than that of the median of men, there's a shift in the burden of proof, and that means that no longer the employee has to prove there is discrimination as a reason for this difference, but the employer has to prove there is none discrimination at all.
And this was, did I hear correctly, Gabriele, that because I really enjoy this change of the law in the way of the burden of proof, this actually only came because you have been fighting already, meaning that making it easier for others is because you started, which I think is also very important for everybody to know. We don't get further if we don't use the laws that are already there, even though we might think they are not good enough. They change on the way. So now we have the switch in the burden of proof. You don't have to prove why you get less, which is crazy anyway, but the employer has to prove why you should be getting less. Can he do that? What do you see is happening now?
The whole lawsuit went back to the regional labor court, and they had the opportunity to prove that, but I think they couldn't because they finally accepted the 6 months. But from the 7th month on till today, I'm still in discussions. So I had to sue again for the rest of the time till now.
So what did you get? Did you get for the past or from the moment that you started fighting? For what time did you sort of get this 1,006?
From the moment they answered the inquiry to the end of the first process in labor court in Göttingen.
Okay, and whatever happened before stays like it, and whatever happens after that time, now you're getting again this 1,006 less.
Yeah, that's correct.
Crazy. That's really, I mean, it's like saying, I mean, what would you do that for? So you keep fighting. So what are your next steps? What would you sort of say are your next steps, and what would you recommend other women and men to do?
Well, I went to the to the labor court again, and now it is at the regional labor court again. And I hope they will accept finally, but I'm not quite sure. And we still have discussions whether an increase I got in 19 is to be put off of these €1,000 or not. I don't think this is correct, because if they had paid correct from the beginning, I would have participated in all of the increasing afterwards. But we do have discussions about that as well. And well, wait and see. If it is possible, I will go to the Federal Labor Court again.
Yes. So you are still working for this employer, I suppose?
Yeah, I am. And I have been working there for 25 years now, more than 11 years as head of department. But that has been stressful after there had been some reports on press and media, mass media.
Yes, I can imagine. It's like double hard. You're working there, you're still working there. You probably enjoy working there, otherwise you wouldn't have been working there for such a long time. Then you find out that they don't value your job the same as they do from the same job from other, preferably male colleagues. Then you fight, then you just get it for a part-time. You don't get it sort of onwards. I mean, I can't believe how this must feel. What would be your recommendation to other women out there?
Well, I would recommend them to do these inquiry, even if it's hard to get the money. I think it's worthwhile.
Yeah.
And you need to have a good lawyer. You need to have a good insurance covering the costs, and you need a lot of support by your family and friends. And
definitely,
perhaps it's a good idea if you are too shy to ask. You have to find other women who will ask this at the same time. That's easier.
Yes, and maybe even other men. I've always said that, at least that's what I imagine. If men would ask that question in the same situation and company, they would come up with some outcome as well. So anybody should be asking the question, is what I always think. As a little fun point to the end, I think I remember reading somewhere or that you do have a good insurance covering this law case. Which one?
This is the insurance from VGH as well, so they have to pay for the whole thing, even if they should win.
Yes, I think this is a kind of fun fact for the whole topic being such a, in a way, horrifying, terrible topic. At least this one can bring a little smile and say, at least you have to pay for your own fault until you end up paying you for what you have been missing all that time. Thank you very much. Our time is running out, Gabriele. Is there anything that you want to sort of give as a last point?
Yes, there was also, I have already had some sort of success. They already asked a consultancy firm to have a look at the salary of the first and second management level. So that was good for the others. And I should be very happy if we could find an agreement so I could go on working without this stress.
Super cool, super cool. I wish you all the luck that you need for this, that the outcome will be great. Thank you very much for joining us on today's Coffee Talk. And I hope we can have you back soon with a really cool result. Thank you and goodbye, Gabriele.
Goodbye.